Hello, my name is John Letonja, Mr. Nobody. I'm going to run for mayor 2022 and hopefully in October 22. I think that's the date, but I'm not sure. But anyways, I want to be able to run the city. I'm going to run for free. I'm going to be an independent. But not only that, I'm going to donate back to the city. So basically, I'll be a volunteer. Um, I won a case against Doug Ford. Uh, I couldn't sue the legislature because I ran for the city council. And what happened was that when I, when I turned around and ran for city council, they dropped it from 47 to 25. So I won my case. They're turning around saying that the uh, the first court turned around and says, yeah, okay, you know, there's a thing there. And then also Supreme Court of Ontario turned around and says, oh no, you can't do that, right? On the same date. So that's like Doug Ford, he has control of that. See, the Prime Minister of Canada is the CEO. Doug Ford's the uh, uh, district manager, and the mayor is just a manager, and city council are supervisors. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to be playing against Doug Ford in the legislative building. I'm not playing really against them, but I'm just trying to make rules differently than what they're trying to do because they can't do it. They can't get it right, like for the criminal code and all that kind of stuff. And I don't. I have to change it. The reason why I have to change it is people with guns and all that kind of stuff. If you got a gun, basically, a police officer turns around. You know what? You got a gun to kill. So basically, if you point it at somebody, the police officer has a right to shoot you, right? I don't care what it is. But you know what? I don't want to see any guns on the street. I don't want to see nothing. Innocent people get hit, right? And I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the law and the bylaw so the government can change their laws by, if anybody gets caught killing somebody in Toronto, basically, they get put in life, no parole, okay? You get caught with a gun, it's 10 years, okay? And the law is the law. We have to set that. The reason why I say that we have to set that, the reason why, if you're a gun owner, which is, I don't mind guns. I don't mind guns. Whatever your preference is, that's what it is. But if you use it and you destroy somebody else, then guess what? You have every right. Then you have every right to accept the consequences, right? So, and that's the way it works. But the whole aspect of it, right? So that we have to change the bylaws on that. We have to, and first of all, get rid of parole offices next to the schools. And the reason why I say that is because my kid was basically almost with the child molester type of thing. I seen him one day, and when there, because a parole officer is only about 500 feet away from the house. How do you like that idea, right? And then also, we have to get rid of those, and the killers. And that, we're going to put the parole officers in the jails, like not. And yeah, the maximum security is a jail. They go there, report there. They can get there, or the cop shops, right? The cop shops there. At least if they have the parole officers near the cop shops or by the cop shop or in the cop shops, then guess what? Then that's easy to get rid of them. The people that causes problem, and then hopefully they'll learn. You see something that they're going to go in, they're going to go learn, right? And that's one aspect. Now I'm going to go with TTC, and I'm going to change that. I'm going to reduce the fares. Not only that, I'm going to run it better because I'm going to take a hold of it. I used to work for TTC, and what I'm going to do is basically say, plan routes better, less breakdowns. So, the LRT, I'll put a cover over there so then automatically, instead of tearing things down, just reorder. So spends a little bit of more money, and you'll get there. So if it rains or freezes or whatever, the problem is, you still have a track that works good and whatever not. So we've got people moving because you know how ice and snow gets caught in the subways and all that kind of stuff. Tracks freeze up, or the lights freeze and all that kind of stuff. So we have to change that. So to make it better and get people moving, right? There's the LRTs type of thing, there's the streetcars and that kind of stuff, the big articulated ones. I just recently bought some, and then all of a sudden what happened was the brakes were starting to fail. The reason why the brakes are fail, because it's probably cheap metal from China or whatever, you know. What happens is the trucks and stuff are, you know, when they get hot and they get cold, hot and cold, they expand with the thing. The brakes get, you know, the brakes get hot and cold, and automatically it could be sand because they use sand on the tracks, so or rocks, so that can get dirt, construction, get underneath the you know, brake pads. So what happens is that's what causes the problem. And you spend a whole bunch of money on that. Well, we can spend money on different things, like, you know, like magnetic buses or whatever, and it's just the same thing, right? Because buses will definitely get you around better than a subway, or not a subway, well, streetcar, not a subway, but a subway, you know, does break down once in a while, but that's what we think. So, you know, I make less maintenance on it, which it was electromagnetic or whatever, and we're gonna do a little bit of you know, research to make it better. And the you know, the buses and all that be different transportation altogether. Like, you know, a night bus instead of like going one Islington, I say in the West End, Islington going down Kipling. So it basically does its full circle instead of one place, because apartments, is so much apartments on Kipling, but there's no night bus. You know, which is kind of weird, right? And so that's how it works. Different things altogether. Housing, homeless. I have a couple of people living in, basically, my partner turned around and she started feeling sorry because the guy was living in a tent. So she brought him in the house. And, you know, it's wintertime, whatever, it gets cold. And whatever. So, you know, what am I supposed to do, right? I don't like it, but you know what? I have a solution for it. All the factories that close down, we'll make houses for them. Basically, you know, not big 3-4 bedroom condominiums, or three, you know, not condominiums, but like places where they can put a roof over their head and food in their belly. That's good enough, right? You know, just, you know, have their own rooms or whatever, and that's the way it is. And it's not hard to do. It's very easy, and it's less expensive. You know, companies that fold down or close down warehouses and all that kind of stuff, that's where you do it, right? And, you know, I'm going to try to do as much as I can for the city, because I want to. I'm going to start a new sports game. It's called fastball, not baseball. And I'm going to start a TV station. Excuse me. Start a TV station. And I'm going to create new ideas, like basically for everything that possibly that I can put my head together. I'm going to put, you know, a lottery system in here. So basically, we'll have a big lottery, and then, you know, that'll pay for the city. So everything goes into the city's coffers, right? We have to make new money. If we don't make new money without going into your pockets, I don't want to go in your pockets, and I won't go in your pockets. For 4 years, I will not, excuse me, tax you. Definitely, I will not tax you. Personally, me, I will not tax you. I don't know what to think. I'm only one man. I don't know what the council people are. And what I have to do is basically explain to them how we can do it, and hopefully within 4 years, I can get something happening, right? And I definitely know I would happen in a couple of years. I know that for a fact. But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to create it. So my name is Mr. Nobody, John Letonja, and I'm going to run for mayor. It's 2022. So if you vote for me, I really appreciate it, and all the best. God bless. What did I say? Best for you. Thanks. Bye.